Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my Ironman series. The series where we do PVM, PvP, we craft, we gather, all to work towards an 8.3 set without ever using the auction house. With a lot of discoveries made, and a lot of lives lost, this is how the story continues. So you guys may remember whenever I told you guys for every subscriber that I got, I was going to do one dungeon. I did that, but I'm actually going to do the same thing this time, but I'm also going to up the ante just a touch. So episode 21, we've already got that completed, but for episode 22, I'm going to be just kind of working on some crafting goals. For episode 23, for every subscriber that I receive the week that you guys are watching this video, I will do one tier 7 black zone dungeon. And so I'm going to have a lot of gear, and I'm going to get it together, but yeah, for every subscriber that we receive in this next week, we're going to be getting ourselves one full dungeon in tier 7 black zone. We're going to get a lot of money from that, and we actually need a shit ton of money anyway, so it's something that I am more than willing to do. But yeah, just if you haven't subscribed, you should go ahead and hit that button. Make my life living hell for a couple days. I hope you guys are proud of me. I'm actually using my laborers for once, and it looks like we ended up pulling 400 tier 2 hide. I'm going to be upgrading these all to tier 3 now since they can all be upgraded, and maybe I'll try getting some gathering done today to fill it, but we'll see how far we get with that, because gathering hide is not my most favorite thing to do, I suppose. Alrighty, so again, you guys will be proud of me. It's really laggy right now because I'm actually streaming and recording at the same time, so basically, you guys will be pretty proud of me. So I actually ended up going out and gathering red zone, got a ton of tier 5 and tier 6 hide, and I also filled up my journals, and I will be sending these guys out to get me some more tier 3 hide. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not really a fan of doing laborers. I think it's annoying and very tedious. But let's be real here. If I'm going to do any laborers at all, it's going to be skinning ones, because I can't be asked to go out and skin all that low tier hide. Nah, I'm just going for that tier 4, tier 5 stuff, you know what I mean? Alright, so I ended up not playing for a day or so, but basically it looks like a lot more of my stuff is sold, considering I am sitting at 9.19 mil, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and do myself the favor and just go ahead and outright buy my my premium for 8.48 million silver just to get it out of the way. Got to keep our premium status up and running. I have 700k left, so it means I can start spending it on just other random crap, which we will definitely get into later. I have, let's see. I have some money in my gear tab. I have 2 mil in here that I could sell, not bad at all. And in my other loot tab, I have over 1 million in silver, so I think I'm going to be working on I'm going to be buying an island upgrade, I think, at some point today, or maybe even tomorrow or something like that, so we'll get to that, but for now, yeah, we have a lot of silver we can make use of now. Alrighty, I said I would do it, so I am going to get it done. I'm going to go ahead and just click the button and get it over with, rip the band-aid off, get it taken care of. 1.7 million silver, so I can upgrade the island. Theoretically, I even could get it again, not even, like, it wouldn't even take that long to get all that silver together. I probably have most of it anyway, but I don't know about that. We'll see. But yeah, there's an extra farming plot for us that'll allow us to grow, of course, a bunch more stuff. And I don't really tend to my island every day like I should, but this will definitely help push us towards actually being able to get more from when I do stop to micromanage my island. So I'm hoping to do it more, but I sometimes miss a day, you know, this just happens. So hopefully this will allow us to be more productive on the days that we do actually decide to farm, which should be every day, but it's not. So basically, I decided that I was going to do a tier 7 black zone dungeon, and I actually got invaded by 2 people. But I ended up having a green shrine, and I actually ended up 1v2ing them both. I didn't stop to record. I probably should have, but I'm technically actually supposed to be in class right now, and recording and being in class, my computer probably wouldn't have done a very good job with it. But if we go to the stats here, we got this. Oh, that wasn't him. I guess the other guy must have died, so I didn't get the combat fame, but that sucks. The other guy had a one-hand dagger. This guy had some pretty decent stuff on him. Got a lot of stews, some tier 6 poisons, tier 4 poisons, 2 tier 4 mounts. Pretty happy with it. Double kill. 1v2. Let's go. I'm actually using a carving sword that I've never used before, so that went pretty decently, I would say. Okay, so I actually just got online today for the first bit. I've actually just started streaming as well, and I actually have the exact number of learning points that I need to learn Master Quarrier and get started with the cancer that I'm going to have to deal with for my next set of shit that I'm trying to do. So we're just going to go ahead and knock it right out before we accidentally use learning points on something else. Boom. Okay, we can use our tier 6 stone hammer, which means that we can finally start working on the process of gathering tier 7 stone. This is going to hurt. Okay, so now that we can actually mine tier 7 stone, I'm going to be using the Divine Owl. I have actually almost no use for this owl. So I'm actually going to be using it to explore the roads of Avalon to try to find myself a place to gather the tier 7 stone that I need. So I'm going to be running through a lot of the roads looking for different things, and this is the fastest mount that I have that I really don't have a lot of attachment to. Like, it looks cool, but it's probably just my best option right now as far as going really quick. I don't really care about survivability of the mount. I mean, I have the shield, I guess, which is cool. But mostly I'm just looking for speed. I don't usually run into gankers or anything like that, so that's what I'm going to use. Okay, so I am currently on stream. We are at tier 7 Black Zone, and we are trying to gather the tier 7 stone we need to make the next big jump in our content that we can provide. And we actually just lucked out. We need 150 total pieces. I already have 5 in the bank. And we lucked out here, finding ourselves a 23 node of basalt. I'm very excited. I hope I don't die. If I do die, which I'm going to stop recording so I make sure I don't lag in game. If I die, you're going to see a very disappointing clip of me being rather sad right after this. So hopefully that doesn't happen. So I'm still actually in the black zone right now, but we're safe. We're not going to get attacked. We're invisible in the last zone. We ended up finding a second tier 7 rock. Look at this. 73 pieces. This legitimately costs 382k. This is very, very exciting. We're over halfway done with our goal. We only need 150, and we have some in the bank, so we're halfway done. Just got to do it one more time, and we're done with this whole process. And this was really, really fast. I haven't got attacked. I mean, one person did attack me, but like, you know, he had no idea what he was doing. But anyway, basically, we're so much closer to being done. That is very exciting. I'm going to get back to it and see if we can't even get more today if possible. Alrighty, so I pretty much just need 15 more tier 7 stone, and that's what we're going to be trying to get. Shouldn't take very long. 15 isn't that much. So we're just going to hope that we don't get attacked and hope we get it quickly. Alrighty, so we ended up being able to do ourselves a massive good thing. And this right here took actually not as long as I thought it would. I didn't actually die almost at all, but this is a massive upgrade. And it's going to allow us to make a lot of different places to tier 7. And that's going to allow us to make a pretty sizable step. And basically what I'm trying to say is we are technically one stonemason upgrade away from being able to theoretically craft our 8.3. Of course, there's a lot of other things on the way that we need to do. But this is basically one of the last huge steps that we have. And we have a tier 7 crafting station. So basically we can now transmute our stone up, which is incredibly expensive to do. Basically, if I wanted to make myself a tier 7 block, for example, I would of course have to do a few things first. I would have to get a tier 4 block. Let's just assume, because I usually do, that I normally have, of course, tier 3 blocks on hand and stuff like that. And so to make a tier 3 block, I need 2 pieces of tier 4 stone. And then I have to get 3 pieces of tier 5 stone. So there we go. This is 1,000 silver. Okay. And now we can turn the tier 4 block into a tier 5 block. So that's 3,000 silver. And now we have to turn the tier 5 block into a tier 6 block, which costs another 1,400. And then it's going to cost us another 4,500. And then we have to craft the tier 6 block. And now we have to turn the tier 4 stone further into tier 5 stone, 5 pieces of tier 6 stone, and then 5 pieces of tier 7 stone. So it's going to cost us probably, I would say roughly 25,000, if not more. I could do the math directly, but I'm just not right now. 25,000 stone, or 25,000 silver to make a single tier 7 block. The first of many tier 7 blocks. And I guess that's pretty much where I'm going to leave this one off. I have a lot of silver to make and a lot of resources to gather and a lot of things that we're going to be doing. We're going to be starting that in the next episode. Just know that this is going to be one hell of a process, and it's going to be a process that we're going to have a good time doing, I guess. Okay, so we actually just ended up getting back from a tier 8 black zone trip. So we ended up getting a pretty nice looking inventory. Now value isn't really what I'm looking for here. I'm looking at the types of items that we received. Realistically, we probably kind of got a little unlucky because I did 2 different maps, like tier 8 maps. And I actually didn't get that many items when doing those maps, but that's okay because we have a lot of tier 7 here. Some of which we can actually use. Like for example, this cleric cow, we can make use of that. We can't quite use this mage robe yet, but I think it'd be kind of dope. We got 2 tier 8s, which is always good. You love to see it. And I believe... No, actually I don't think so. I thought we had a tier 8 guardian helm. I think I may have sold it or something like that at some point. But either way, we have a tier 8 mage robe and a tier 8 assassin hood. And we actually died a lot because the dungeons were a little higher level than I intended on fighting. Mostly because, especially because of maps. They definitely gave me a run for my money as far as the actual dungeon itself. I died quite a few times, but we ended up pulling roughly, I think, 450,000 raw silver from the dungeons, plus our inventory here of 1.5 mil. We had to clear out a lot of items because, of course, my inventory is full to the brim, and I have the boot passive, so... I also went there with the 4.1 bag, but I had to switch it out for a 6.1, so yeah. Basically, it was a pretty successful trip. Very happy with the items that we got. And also, very happy with the fame that we got was pretty good. I actually got a lot of auto respec points. I actually got 400,000 auto respecs with it turned off. So I got a lot of points. So we're up to 4 million again, which is pretty good. And also at one point, because I was fucking around on stream, I did end up maxing out Sarcophagus Combat Specialist, which is like 300k or something like that. It is nothing really, but... So we're going to go ahead and toss this in the loot tab. It looks absolutely gorgeous. You love to see it. Having these tier 7 items just always looks good. We got a tier 8 equivalent of Grandmaster Great Fire Staff, and I've never really ever used it, but it looks pretty interesting. And I know I haven't used a fire staff in a very long time, but you know, maybe it would be worth doing. I mean, it's 230k though, so it's a good sell. But either way, we're gonna toss all of this for now just into the gear loot tab where it belongs. Actually, I want that bag back. It's that 4.1 bag technically goes right there, and then that goes right in there. Awesome. Sort this bad boy out. You have a glorious 4.14 million in this tab. That is fantastic. Considering we just finished the last episode like a few days ago, and we're already back up to 4 mil in this tab. That's really, really good. And of course, we still have 200k in the runes, the relics, the blah, blah, blah. We also used a good number of tomes and also a good number of silver bags. So there's that as well. This week is going really, really good. So well, in fact, I think I might be able to get 2 videos out for you guys this week because this is a pretty good amount of stuff to talk about. So hopefully you guys will get an extra video this week. That'd be pretty dope. So we ended up doing a single corrupted dungeon with an inventory of 750,000 to boot. Basically, if we go to our stats, we got a kill. He was worth basically nothing, had absolutely nothing in his inventory whatsoever, worth 4,000 kill fame. He was worth more infamy than he was fame. And honestly, that's okay with me. The dungeon decided to give me 600k in loot, and our bag is already almost full. Maybe I need to bring a bigger bag, but either way, very nice to see. 750k. There's no fucking way. That is a pair of 8.3 mage sandals I just got out of a fucking blue chest in a red zone. There's no fucking way. There's no... I have no use for these. I would have been happy with like a 5.3 or like a 4 point, even like 4.3 I'd have been okay with. What the fuck is this?